It may come as a surprise to some of my viewers that I do actually play games other than EVE Echoes. In fact, once upon a time, this channel used to be full of videos covering dozens of different mobile games. Today I wanted to take a moment to talk about one of my absolute favourites, a game that I play if I don't have internet access or when Echoes is down for maintenance. Today I wanted to talk to you all about Crying SUNS. Created by French studio Alt Shift, Crying SUNS is a sort of spiritual successor to FTL Faster Than Light, a game I'm still a little bit bitter has never been ported across to Android despite having landed on iOS. In short, Crying SUNS opens with the resurrection of Admiral Ellis Idaho, hailed as one of the best tacticians and military minds in the entire Empire. The only problem? Admiral Idaho awakes 26 years after said empire has already collapsed into oblivion, with no memory of any of the events preceding the game. Players are tasked with discovering what happened to the Omnis, godlike sentient AI computers that seem to have spontaneously and unanimously shut down, leaving the galaxy in complete disarray. With this vacuum of power left in the wake of the shutdown, numerous factions vie for power in different sectors of space. Twisted and mutated scrappers prey on the remnants of civilization in the Outer Rings, and even the Church is making its own plays for control. The storyline of Crying SUNS is deep and mysterious and unfurls gradually over the course of engaging gameplay. If you've ever wondered what it feels like to be the captain of a starship, ordering your crew around, well, that's what's on offer here. Each run is unique, systems are procedurally generated, and events within those systems vary too. Heck, even seemingly repeated events can have wildly different outcomes. There have been times when I've pulled up alongside another ship that I recognise from a previous run, but this time around, they're just not as friendly as they were before, and battle ensues. It keeps you on your toes as you jump from system to system to keep ahead of an ever-encroaching enemy alert, carefully managing your resources and weighing up the expenditure of fuel or scrap against the possibility of a beneficial outcome like new weapons or crew. Of course, as often as an outcome may be favourable, space is a dark and dangerous place, and despite the humour of Crying SUNS, these systems are full of dangers beyond your imagining. As often as an anomaly may hide upgrades, you may find yourself attacked by religious zealots or pirates. Sometimes you may find your ship drifting in a minefield, or even find some of your crew attempting to mutiny. Every decision in Crying SUNS has consequences, which is probably what makes it so attractive to an EVE player. Your choices have weight and meaning, and even if they result in your demise, you learn and go again, improving for your next run. Do you try and avoid a fight with that pirate ship if you encounter it again, or do you go full-on aggressive to try and get the drop on your opponent? Speaking of combat, Crying SUNS ship versus ship combat is a really fun, if chaotic, pausable RTS. There's a grid of hexagons between your ship and that of your opponent's, and you control various waves of fighters, drones, frigates, and other small ships. There's a kind of rock, paper, scissors thing going on, but you also have to account for things like asteroid belts, meteor showers, and of course each of your ships have various cannons too. Sometimes these are straight up damage cannons, perfect for obliterating enemy squadrons or taking chunks out of your opponent's ship. But some of them create powerful EMP fields that damage anything to pass through them, or even sometimes launch new asteroid clusters onto the field. There is an excellent depth of tactics at play here, especially since the recent Advanced Tactics update. Beyond this, you can send away teams to explore planets for possible resources, and your successes here are dictated both by the clarity of your ship's scanning array to provide solid intel, and also the skill of the officer that leads the team. This rewards you for hiring varied officers with skills in things like erudition or spycraft, rather than leaning entirely on combat prowess. Now, there's a lot going on with Crying SUNS, and it can feel almost overwhelming at first, but the more that you play, the more that you learn, and the better you do on each subsequent run. And with a story this deep, engaging, and well written, you'll keep coming back to uncover the truth of what happened to the Empire. I would be remiss for not also mentioning the art style and the sound design. The music and sound effects of the game are absolutely perfect, capturing the ethereal and mysterious nature of the game, and I personally adore the semi-pixel art style graphics of the game. Seeing your crew bathed in the glow of the different suns as you arrive in each system adds a level of personality and intimacy to proceedings. You feel as if you're part of the crew coming along for the ride, standing right there alongside Idaho on this voyage of discovery. It's worth noting that Crying Suns is also available on Steam, if that's your thing, but personally, I vastly prefer it right here on mobile. Being able to continue a run wherever and whenever I please is preferable to being tethered to a PC, and the touch controls are absolutely perfect. It really feels like you're accessing the ship's computer and controls. For less than the price of a coffee and a sandwich, Crying Suns is one of those games that will keep you entertained for hours at a time and will grip you for weeks if not months. It really is that good. But don't just take my word for it. I've put download links in the description below. Give it a try. I promise that you won't be disappointed. Happy sailing, and see you all next time.